This is a video response to the nutritionfacts.org video, Who Says Eggs Aren't Healthy or Safe? There's two things that this video is talking about, and I'm going to address both of them. The first is the American Egg Board and the big food lobby. The second is the nutritional value of the eggs. And I think it's important to differentiate the two. So I think Michael has done a good job of exposing and discussing the American Egg Board food lobby and the collusion and the emails that have gone back and forth between the USDA and this big food lobby. In addition to that, I want to add a little bit onto that, is that eggs that are mass-produced are not only very cruel, they tend to produce eggs that are much less healthy. You get an animal that's stuck in a cage, it's not in its natural environment, it's not running around pecking at bugs, it's not a happy animal, it's a stressed out animal that's getting a diet that is not natural for it. You know, these animals don't get to fly, they don't get to see the light of day most of the time. So very cruel and results in a subpar, inferior, less healthy egg product. Okay, but now I want to talk about the nutrition. Healthy and safe. Are eggs healthy and safe? Well, I guess, it depends how much eggs you have. And one of the things he talks about is the dietary cholesterol level. Okay, so as far as I understand, the dietary cholesterol is going to constitute about 20% of your total cholesterol. So it's not really the biggest contributing factor to your total cholesterol level. And your body actually synthesizes most of its cholesterol, and it does so with saturated fats that you take in your diet. Okay, so it's not just the cholesterol that you get in your diet. So I don't really think that that's a big factor here. The second thing is that eggs are a great source of sulfur. The USDA doesn't talk about that. Well, the USDA doesn't care about sulfur. Again, the USDA is not really your go-to source for finding the most pertinent and relevant information for nutrition. And I think this whole little deal with the American Egg Board really should be very telling, I think. To most, it should be pretty obvious, once you see all this collusion between the USDA and the American Egg Board. And if you've ever looked into the food system at all, you've probably found there's a lot of things that seem to discredit, well, at least in my opinion, I've noticed a lot of things about the USDA that just don't seem right. There's all kinds of business issues and business interests and lobbying boards and all kinds of things like the American Egg Board, and that leads me to believe that the USDA is not really the greatest source of nutrition. I've looked into it a lot. The USDA has a lot of wacky things that they say that are good for you or not good for you. So forget about the USDA as a source and an authority for the best nutritional information. That's just silly. Better thing to do is look at it itself. So we looked at sulfur. Yes, there's sulfur in eggs. It doesn't say so on here either. Eggs are also actually really high in choline. Wow, that's great. So choline is very important for the production of acetylcholine. It's good to get some dietary choline. It's a good brain food. So you get some choline. You can actually take whatever fat-soluble vitamins you have with your egg. Hey, why not? If you've got some mixed tocotrienols and tocopherols, you can go ahead and take that when you eat your egg. Great time to do it. Any fish oil or anything that's going in together with that, your vitamin D3, you take all the fat-soluble vitamins at the same time with your choline, with your egg, which incidentally has some vitamin A in it. That's good too. It's got some lutein, zeaxanthin, some carotenoids in there. Good stuff. So that's good. We've got some vitamin A, we've got some choline, we've got some sulfur, we've got high levels of cysteine. Well, cysteine is really important for pregnant women. Especially. It's important for everybody. It's really important amino acid, and it is the rate limiting factor for your body's production of the master antioxidant known as glutathione. Glutathione is known as the master antioxidant, but there's another very powerful thing in your substance your body produces, an antioxidant your body produces, called metallothionein. Metallothionein also needs cysteine. And metallothionein and glutathione can pool the cysteine. So it's the rate limiting factor, and they can share it between the two depending on what's needed where and by whom. You know, metallothionein needs more cysteine, and there's not as much of a demand for glutathione. They can pool the cysteine. So there's one more other thing. And the protein, well, it says that there's 6 grams of protein in one large egg. I don't know why that Michael is saying that it's not a good source of protein. Maybe he believes that 6 grams is not very much. I really don't know. I can't say, but it's a good quality protein, good amino acid profile. Again, high levels of cysteine. I really don't understand why he says that eggs are not a good source of protein. I totally disagree with that. I say that eggs are a good source of protein. So there you have it. We agree that the American Egg Board and the USDA collusion is not good. I think we'd probably actually agree that the USDA is not really necessarily the best source of information for health. But I don't agree with the analysis on the eggs, the nutritional analysis, and I don't agree that with Michael Greger going and using the USDA as a reference source for trying to determine what they have to say about eggs not being nutritious. I think that's totally irrelevant to the fact of the matter. Thanks for watching.